Have you ever wondered if she's secretly obsessed with you? Like a secret code, there are psychological signals that reveal her attraction. These cues range from the dopamine-fueled joy she experiences in your company to the proximity effect, cognitive dissonance, oxytocin-mediated touch, reciprocal liking bias, even down to her mentioning you to her friends. Each of these subtle behaviors hints at a deeper emotional connection. So let's delve into this fascinating world of attraction psychology together. Stay tuned to discover the hidden signals of attraction. First up, we have the dopaminergic reward prediction. Now, don't let the fancy name intimidate you. It's all about the anticipation of pleasure, and in the context of attraction, it's about the joy your attention brings to her. Let's take a little detour into the world of neuroscience. Dopamine is often referred to as the feel-good neurotransmitter. It's released in our brains when we're expecting a reward or pleasure. This could be anything from the satisfaction of a delicious meal to the thrill of a roller coaster ride, or even the joy of a good joke. So how does this relate to attraction? Well, when a woman is interested in you, she might anticipate pleasure from your attention, leading to an increase in dopamine. This can manifest in several ways, but two of the most common are laughter and focus. Laughter, they say, is the best medicine, and in our case, it might just be a sign of attraction. If she's laughing at your jokes, even the ones that aren't particularly hilarious, it's a strong signal that she's anticipating enjoyment from your interaction, hence the dopamine surge. Similarly, if she's paying keen attention to your stories, even the ones about how you lost your keys for the 20th time, it's another sign that she's anticipating pleasure from your company. So, if she's laughing at your jokes and paying attention to your stories, she might be more into you than you think. Next, let's explore the proximity effect. Now, the proximity effect isn't about geographical closeness per se. It's about the frequency of interactions and the desire to be in someone's company. Imagine this. You're at a gathering, and you notice someone who seems to be around you quite a bit. You might think, wow, what a small world. But could it be something more? Psychology suggests it may be. This is the proximity effect at play. The proximity effect is a psychological principle that suggests the more we see and interact with someone, the more likely we are to feel attracted to them. It's a subconscious process that works on the principle of familiarity. The more familiar a person becomes, the more comfortable we feel around them, which can lead to attraction. So what does this look like in real life? Well, if she's always at the same coffee shop as you, or she seems to appear wherever you are, or even if she's just always available to hang out, she might be trying to increase her proximity to you. It's important to remember, though, that this principle is not absolute. Not every frequent interaction is a sign of attraction, but it can be a significant indicator if it's paired with other signs. As we delve deeper into the psychology of attraction, keep in mind that these principles are multifaceted and interconnected. Remember, if she's always around, it might be more than just a coincidence. Now, let's dive into cognitive dissonance. This intriguing psychological concept is all about the tension that arises when someone holds two conflicting beliefs or when they behave in a way that contradicts their beliefs, and it plays a surprising role in attraction. Imagine this. A woman finds herself going out of her way to do things for a man, even when it's inconvenient. She might stay up late to help him with a project or go out of her way to bring him his favorite coffee. Now, these actions are clearly effortful, and here's where cognitive dissonance comes into play. Since these actions conflict with the belief that she wouldn't put so much effort into someone she's not interested in, she experiences a sort of mental discomfort. To resolve this cognitive dissonance, she justifies her actions by convincing herself that she must really like this man. After all, why else would she be going to such lengths? And that's the fascinating thing about cognitive dissonance. It can lead a woman to justify her emotional investment in a man, even when she might not have been fully aware of her feelings to begin with. So, observe the effort she's putting in. If she's going out of her way to do things for you, it indicates that she's experiencing cognitive dissonance, and to resolve that, she's likely convincing herself of her deep interest in you. So, if she's putting in effort, it's a clear sign she's emotionally invested. Moving on, let's talk about oxytocin-mediated touch. This is the fascinating process where physical contact triggers the release of oxytocin, a hormone often referred to as the love hormone or cuddle chemical. It plays a significant role in bonding and creating a sense of trust and comfort between individuals. When a woman is attracted to you, she might initiate or be more receptive to casual physical contact. It could be as subtle as a light touch on your arm during a conversation, a pat on your back, or a playful nudge. These seemingly incidental contacts are actually her subconscious way of expressing comfort and interest. This oxytocin-mediated touch is not just about the physical act itself, but also about the emotional connection it fosters. It creates a sense of intimacy, a shared private space in a public setting, and this, in turn, reinforces the bond between you two, increasing her feelings of attraction towards you. So, the next time you notice these casual touches, remember that they are much more than just friendly gestures. They are her way of subtly communicating her interest and comfort in your presence. These touches are her silent whispers saying, "I trust you, I feel safe with you, and yes, I might be interested in you." Casual touches are not just friendly gestures, they might be signals of her interest. Next on the list is reciprocal liking bias. This psychological principle is particularly fascinating, as it can often blur the lines between reality and perception in the realm of romantic attraction. Reciprocal liking bias is the notion that we tend to like people who we believe like us in return. It's a form of cognitive bias where our perception of others' feelings towards us can influence our feelings towards them. This can often create a feedback loop of attraction, where the more we believe someone is interested in us, the more we find ourselves drawn towards them. In the context of a woman's attraction towards a man, this bias can significantly distort her perception of his feelings. If she's attracted to him, she may unconsciously interpret his actions as signs of mutual interest, even when they might be innocent or platonic. For example, if he smiles at her, she might see it as a sign of romantic interest, when in reality, he could just be friendly. If he texts her, she may take it as an indicator of his emotional investment, when he might just be checking in as a friend. Furthermore, this bias can also amplify her feelings of attraction. The more she believes that he reciprocates her feelings, the stronger her attraction becomes. So her interpretation of his actions is not just a reflection of her own feelings, but also a driving force behind them. Pay attention to how she interprets your actions. It might reveal her own feelings. Finally, let's examine social proof signaling. This social phenomenon is a powerful tool in our understanding of attraction. Think of it as the word of mouth in the realm of attraction and relationships. It's when someone seeks validation for their feelings or perceptions by integrating you into their social circles. So what does this look like? Imagine she's been mentioning you to her friends, or perhaps she has even introduced you to them. It's not just about making you a part of her world, but also about getting the seal of approval from those she trusts. This is her way of confirming that her attraction towards you is valid, that it makes sense. You see, we humans are social creatures. We value the opinions of our peers and often look to them for guidance. In the context of attraction, this translates to seeking reassurance from friends about potential romantic interests. If she's incorporating you into her social life, it's a clear indicator that she's taking the possibility of a relationship with you seriously. It's important to remember, though, that every individual is unique, and these signals can vary. However, the underlying principle remains the same. If she's integrating you into her social circles, she is likely seeking validation for her feelings towards you. So, if she's talking about you to her friends, it's a strong sign she's into you. There you have it. 6 psychological cues that could mean she's secretly obsessed with you. From the dopamine-fueled laughter and joy that indicate genuine interest, to the proximity effect, where frequent encounters breed familiarity and attraction. We've also delved into cognitive dissonance, where effort strengthens emotional connections through cognitive justification. Then there's oxytocin-mediated touch, where casual touches signal comfort, trust, and deeper connection. We've discussed the reciprocal liking bias, how attraction can distort perceptions of mutual feelings, and lastly, social proof signaling, where sharing with friends reflects her desire for validation and bonding. These subtle behaviors are not just random actions, they are psychological principles that reveal deeper emotional connections. Recognizing these signals can give you a solid foundation to understand her feelings and to respond appropriately. Remember, understanding these cues can help you navigate romantic relationships with greater confidence and understanding. Thanks for watching.